I first visited Iceland in 2010, so I'd been to the whaling station, I'd filmed the whales coming in before. We knew quite a lot about the hunt. What we were really trying to do in 2014 was to tie Iceland's whaling to HB Grandi, which is Iceland's leading seafood company. Now, this company had denied all links to whaling in 2013. We suspected that they still had some links to the whaling, and we wanted to investigate that further. We had a good vantage point up on the hill above the whaling station. We wanted to show the fin whales, the second largest animal on the planet, being dragged into the whaling station, show how shocking that was. After the whale is pulled in, they flens the whale, they take the blubber off the whale, and they basically cut very roughly into very large chunks of meat which are dropped into these holes in the ground. And from there, those larger pieces of meat are packed into a truck, which is taken to another site to be processed into the boxes of whale meat that they then ship to Japan. What we wanted to show was that HB Grandi facilities were actually being used to do this large stage of the processing. Now, we weren't sure, but we knew there was a place in Akranes which had been used in the past. So as soon as the truck started moving, we headed there in the hope that that was actually the situation they were using, and set up our cameras so that we could capture a shot which clearly implicated HB Grandi and showed the whale meat coming in. On this occasion, it was a one-shot opportunity. If you didn't get the shot, for sure the people working at the site would have put up barricades, they would have stopped us from filming, so we had to do it before they realised we were there. We were trying to pile diplomatic pressure on Iceland at that time, so we put together a new report called Slayed in Iceland, and together with the film we released that information prior to the IWC meeting. And I think it really helped, it did help build the pressure on Iceland. Just a couple of weeks later, the EU led a strongly worded formal diplomatic protest at their whaling. It was really a turning point for that campaign, and it led to a number of quite high-profile retailers stopping sourcing from HB Grandi. Unfortunately, Iceland has just renewed the whaling quotas for another 5 years, so there doesn't look like there's any intention to stop right now. Tenacity is a quality you need as a campaigner, and no more so than with the whaling campaign. We have to keep attacking this whaling. We have to keep campaigning until it stops.